Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, released originally on the PlayStation 2 in 2001. This is the HD Master Collection version. Before we hit new game here, remember when I said MGS1 is like 11 out of 10, and the immediate next game, I'd start to get some mixed feelings? Well, if you thought I had a lot to say about the themes and how people kind of misunderstand the games and don't really know what to think about them, even when the game spells it out for you, get ready for more of that. But I'm going to do my best to speak just about this game, and to speak about this game for what it is, a video game sequel to a highly successful video game. It was the first, at the time, next-gen Metal Gear Solid. And it does a lot of good, but then also makes a lot of questionable decisions. We're going to be playing this fully in English. And that brings another point of contention, which is there's some localization choices in this where I don't really like them. Now, if you know the story, basically the localizer for the first game was working on this and then was removed from the project. And so some stuff gets a little lost in translation. I'll talk a little bit more about it as it comes up, but just know that given that this is the Master Collection, you can play this in Japanese as well. And I would recommend giving it a try, because I'll point out when we get to certain characters and things like that, how it differs from the Japanese version. That said, I still love the English version. I think the voice cast did a phenomenal job. This is the version I grew up with. It's the, version that is the quote-unquote real version to me, but still something worth keeping in mind. Let's start a new game. Nope. Hey, speaking of localization, every modern version of this game has X select things. I'm still used to the PS2 version, but let's pick Tanker Plant. Let's play on normal. Radar Type 2. And let's jump in to Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. This story is fictional. It is, just in case you didn't know that. Metal Gear's not real. Time for my favorite game is not what I'm going to say. No, I'm not going to lead in with that.
2 years ago.
Oh.
We had classified intelligence that a new type of Metal Gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses have been out in the cold too long.
That's Snake. And there's the George Washington Bridge, yeah. Now, this still looks pretty damn good. But you gotta understand, seeing this in 2001 was mind-blowing. I know I kind of had a pretty harsh lead-in. I still like this game quite a bit. But it's just, MGS1 was perfect. It was perfect. This game's pretty good. Look at that cool guy. Look at those sneaking boots. Do you recognize those? Oh, he's got a cigarette. And he's got those tactical gloves. Oh, he's so cool. Hey, he's littering, though. Don't do that. Come on. Oh, what's that? Optic camouflage? Hey, if you thought MGS1 was a crazy action movie, we got We got dudes bungee jumping off of the George Washington Bridge. And he's invisible while he's doing it. In the rain with the music swelling. Onto a boat. It's still pretty cool. It's still pretty cool. Check out that Terminator reference. You might also recognize that as Snake's intro from the Smash Brothers games. You might also recognize this design as Snake's design from the Smash Brothers games, if you didn't know where it came from, because this design doesn't get a lot of screen time in Metal Gear Solid as a franchise. Yeah, it's the guy from Fortnite.
He's right on schedule.
Ocelot. With two hands?
Soon enough.
I do still love this design for Snake. I have an action figure of it right next to my desk, because look at what an action figure he looks like, man. The beard, the mullet. Oh, he's so cool. Don't worry about the tonal whiplash. My mood will sour soon enough on this game. But right now, it's pretty awesome. Check it out, it's the codec.
Snake.
Look, it's Otacon, our best friend.
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Yeah, he
I'm
said
at
the
Snake
thing.
Point.
Everything going okay?
Yeah,
Still
Metal Gear
camo
Solid 2, we're so back.
Impact.
We must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military anymore.
Yeah, so we don't have access
I
to the
didn't plan
stealth
on relying on
camouflage.
this
He
gadget
broke it.
anyway.
The private sector's not so bad, is it? Privacy guarantee.
Also, yeah, the codecs are
I'm happy
3D
as
now,
long
and
as
you
no
can
one
do
gives me
this.
Any more unwanted gifts?
You mean that thing with Naomi?
And I can't say I miss the chattering nanny.
Mei Ling's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that new Natick flash.
Also, if we press
Converting
buttons during
toys from
this...
the SSCEN again? Look, give her a message from me.
Oh?
Someone will find out, sooner
Oh.
or later. She's
Oh,
better
it's not
off
on her
assuming
first
it sooner
playthrough.
than quit while she's safe.
Oh, it's only on New
Too
Game
true.
Plus, I guess.
That's right.
Okay, Snake.
Oh,
let's
no.
get to work.
That's right.
You know how the
There it
technical
is.
specs of Metal
I'll
Gear
get
were
right
sold
on
on
it.
the black market after Shadow Moses?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly. And now every
Not in a
state,
million
group,
years.
and .com has its own version of Metal
Yeah,
Gear.
you can press
Not exactly
R1
a
and
classified
R2
weapon for today's nuclear powers.
This new
to
one seems to have been
say
designed
something
right
either
before
positive or
with all the
negative.
gun models.
That's
The only
right.
consistent description is that it's
Not
an
in a million
amphibious
years.
anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is
Right,
under Marine
so-
Corps jurisdiction.
We got word that there's a new Metal Gear, and it's on this boat. And
The mission objective is to make visual
We-
confirmation
yeah.
of the new Metal Gear being transported
we're not
by that
necessarily going to
tanker and
destroy
bring
it or
back
anything. We're just
photographic
going to
evidence.
do
But
some
I want you first to go up to
photojournalism.
the
That
top level
water
of the
looks
infrastructure, to the
awesome.
bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
About that, Otacon.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
So that kind of explains, yeah, what Snake's been up to. Him and Otacon, they teamed up. Their whole thing is
All right.
they
let's
don't
look
like
at your
Metal Gear. They want to
Your
stop the
weapon
Metal
is a
Gear.
tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta
Hey, check that out.
M92F.
M9.
Tranquilizer gun,
It's
that's a new
little hard to
mechanic.
work with because you have to reload after each shot since the slide locks.
Better than scavenging at the mission site. Good suppressor, too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few
Yep,
seconds.
comes
and
equipped
last
with a
for hours.
suppressor
You
already.
can take down an elephant with that thing. Check out the laser sighting.
Check out the laser
The
sighting
effects of
too.
the anesthetic round will vary depending on what
So
part
if
of
you
the
let
body
Snake
hit.
fire,
We're talking
you
about
can
a
see I
difference
have
of
only
10
15
seconds
bullets. If
between
you
hitting
skip this
limbs,
cutscene,
chest, or head.
you'll have
As for
16
the
bullets.
equipment- Hey, Snake, cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
Ah,
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning, have you?
yep, we get our
Here's
cigarettes from the
digital
prior
camera.
game.
Works almost the same way.
Hey,
as your
remember
old
when I went all the way out of my way to pick up the camera in MGS1? There's a reason for that. It's canon. It's a plot point.
They don't look armed.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
Sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please. I'm too good for that.
But this might be a
Getting a
trap.
little sassy
Remember,
there.
there's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, you wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from here.
With all the ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea. People can get a clear view of the water from Riverside, too.
I don't think they could in this weather,
The water
Otacon.
line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there, no doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days.
Yep,
I'd
people
say the
looking
cargo
at Google
hold is
Earth.
safely below the deck.
Well, maybe not
You see
nowadays.
the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways.
So yeah,
in
we had a
crew
snowy base before as our setting. Now we've got rainy boat, and I think rainy boat's a pretty good setting. It's pretty cool. Oh, well that complicates things. Oh.
Looks like we're not the only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Oh, he's dumping him off the boat. Hey, that's a gameplay tip.
What's their game? Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon, how many men do you need to take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
So who are these mysterious assailants?
AKS-74U.
They've got Russian gear from the 80s, actually.
Russians?
You sure?
No Marine barber touched that head of hair.
I think they upgraded his textures in a patch.
Let's get
It looks a little more
ASAP.
clean
I'm on it.
than I remember. I know they fixed up quite a few of the textures and graphical glitches recently. Snake's face might look a little cleaner than you remember.
Looks like the tanker's theirs now.
Same with his hair.
KA-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka? Kamov chopper, right? Killer
Stock
whale.
lightning sound a little jarring. I think that sound is used in Code Veronica.
We need to get a fix on who they are.
Judging by their transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the KA-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear.
That's
As
right.
long as we have those, we can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open. So no pyrotechnics, okay?
All right. I'll do my best.
This isn't like Shadow Moses. Reach me if anything happens. The frequency's 141.12.
How can I check in and save my progress?
I'll do it. There's a frequency set aside for it.
I love that he just asks.
140.96. Sorry, but no Mei Ling this time. Call me on the codec when you want to save.
Got it.
I'll be waiting just past the Verrazano Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
I'll be in touch.
All right. Well, let's see what he has to say. Let's just call. I have to press X to select.
You want to save, Snake?
Yeah, I do. X. Gotta remember my buttons. New data.
Snake, you of course know the saying, one for all for one?
What is this all of a sudden?
Oh, I figured you'd need a lot of motivation, so I came prepared. It's from the Three Musketeers. The book, not the candy bar. Anyway, it means that if you go up against everyone by yourself, they'll gang up on you too, I think. Since you're on your own on that ship, you need to take this to heart and avoid confrontations. How was that? Just like the old days, huh?
Almost reminds me of Mei Ling. But you sure you got it right?
Of course. And I'll teach you a lot more of these. You can count on it.
Great.
So yeah, Otacon, he's Otacon and he's Mei Ling. He says a lot of goofy garbage. So what do we got now? Well, we can roll. Oh, he saw us. But only a little bit. All right. Well, that could be all right. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, there he is. Okay, he's going to check us out. We can still knock. And we have my favorite mechanic.
Freeze.
We can hold dudes up.
Please don't.
You see a little shining on his chest. That's a new collectible. Dog tags. Pablo Maya. It's hard to read that font. Another new mechanic. We can pick up dudes because their bodies don't just disappear. The reason you'd want to do this is because if someone sees that he's out and about, well, it'll raise some suspicions. We got a bandage. Not sure where this dude is in particular. Oh, he's over there? Okay. Let's just scoot on out of the way. Over here. Yep. And let's get behind him.
Freeze.
And also hold him up. So even though I've got some issues with MGS2, oh man, the gameplays are really fun. There's a ration. Works as it did before. Yeah, we've got a roll. That's important to note. We've got some other mechanics here that I'll show. Going up the stairs is something we could always do. So you might notice this structure is kind of similar in layout to Shadow Moses, what with its upper path. It's very similar to the heliport. In a lot of ways. The man up here. Oh, where's he down there? Oh, it's that guy. It's that guy. Well, let's keep an eye on him a little bit. Okay, and now check it out. We can flip over the railing. We'll wait for him to look off to the side again with his binoculars. Yep.
Freeze.
Don't kill me.
Sunny. Bandage back here. Otacon really wants to talk to us to tell us how to open a door. We'll figure it out, Otacon. Don't be weird about things. Pentazemin. That's back. Also kind of goes without saying, but if you remember, yeah, in Integral, I showed off the first-person mode and how you could aim left and right. Well, now we've got full first-person aiming. So with this, suppressed tranquilizer gun, first-person aiming, all this stuff. We're a force to be reckoned with. We are quite solid. Okay, we've got some options here. More M9 ammo. If I can... There we go. And the soldier's here. Yeah.
Freeze.
Don't kill me.
Give me that dog tag. You know me, I'm a loot goblin. Ronin. So we're on the inside of the tanker now, and I think the tanker's a pretty good setting, in all honesty. It's very cool. It's a little more modern, a little more familiar and safe to the average person. You know, maybe you've never been on a big tanker, but a lot of people have been on boats. Lots of little hallways. Which makes sense, given the structure. And is also nice because...
Freeze.
Getting dudes like this real easy. And I can show a new mechanic. We can open lockers. Get us first. Well, I don't know about that. But I mentioned we can pick dudes up. Now we can stuff them in the locker. And no one will find him. We can hide in the lockers ourselves as well. There's also a fire extinguisher, and it's not just decoration. We can do that. It does a couple things. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but you can do it. You can. Let's go up these stairs. Oh. Alright. By the way, this is the game that really started Snake having such a juicy ass. Best ass on the entire PlayStation 2, if you ask me. Let's go up here. And we're in a... Oh! Ah, a surveillance camera. Well, let's call Otacon again and get a save. I have to press X and not circle.
Time to save?
You know it.
Okay. There's a saying that goes, even a bird on high dies a glutton's death, as do the fish of the deeps. The lesson is, don't be greedy. The fish that belonged to a family called the Deeps died from overfeeding, and so did a bird that got high on something. Probably fermented fruit.
Okay, if you say so.
I do, Snake. Don't take unnecessary risks just because you're greedy for more items. Remember the Deep family's fish.